it's Dino from DigitSpin Crypto, and today we're going to be talking about WebDollar. Now, you all know that I have a lot of different coins that I like, and I have my favorites, but WebDollar is one of those. And what I want to talk about specifically today is the mining part of WebDollar. A lot of folks are solo mining, and they're going to be having to go into pools. And it's a completely different animal when you mine in a pool than when you're solo mining. So I'm going to explain the differences to you, hopefully make you a little smarter, and have you understand how this process works. Now also, don't forget to spank that like button, comment, and subscribe. The more you do of this, the more I can bring you great information and fun and entertainment. So, let's get to it. So as you know, WebDollar being one of the coins that I collect, I also mine it. Now, WebDollar is a very unique type of coin. And the reason why it is that it allows somebody to mine WebDollar by just using their browser. WebDollar is based on the Argon 2 algorithm. So what this means is that it does a mathematical formula using the cache that's built inside of the processor, actually the L3 cache, a very specific type. And because of that, it's difficult for a GPU to do this. If you were able to get a GPU to simulate this function, it would bring down the GPU speed to almost the same speed as the CPU. So it levels the playing field as of right now. So the good thing is that you open up a browser. Let's get our browser here and bring that up. Let's click down that there. So we have WebDollar here showing. All you do is go to WebDollar.io and it'll load the WebDollar page. Of course, there's information about WebDollar here on the page. But one of the things it immediately does is it'll start to mine the blockchain. And the cool thing is the first time you go there, it'll create a wallet, generate it for you, put it on your PC. You can encrypt your wallet so that nobody can access your information and keep your coin safe on the blockchain. And it'll start mining your coins directly off the blockchain. Now, this worked out really good when there was just a few miners getting WebDollar started. However, we have a lot of miners now. We've gone from maybe 2 mega hash, 1 to 2 mega hash, to over 45, 47 mega hash, and that can alter at times. There's just a ton of people wanting to mine WebDollar. So this causes a problem. When you're solo mining with maybe 1,000 others, you can have a chance throughout the day that you're going to successfully mine that block, be the winning ticket. And you can look at it like a lottery ticket, that when all these machines are mining, one of them every 40 seconds is going to close the block, find the proper hash, and close the block. So what happens is you have a 1 in 1,000 chance. But when you got 40,000 computers, your chances change quite differently. And your machine could be running for days, a week. I've heard of people running for a month and not be able to secure a block. So it's kind of discouraging when this happens, and not helpful when you're trying to bring it in. Now, the good thing is when you're mining solo, you get the full reward of 6,000 WebDollars. So it's a good chunk of coins. But if you can't mine any of them, you don't get any WebDollars. So there's the rub. Do I sit around and let my machine run for a month and not get anything? Or do I actually uh, join a pool and get something for my efforts? So let's talk about that. So currently, if you go to WebDollar IO, you're going to be solo mining. And you'll see it'll show here you're mining the blockchain. And you can afford to put whatever processing power you want on that block. So how many threads you want to use of the CPU? Do you want to be calculating and doing all the mathematics? Obviously, the more power you put, the more hash that you'll generate. Now, you don't want to overdo the processor. So you want to make sure you take a look at your system monitor and your processing threads to make sure that you're not you're not maxing it out. That can actually create less hash than if you just bring it close to the top and let it sit there as close as you can. You don't want to peg it out because then the processes can't keep up with each other and you actually will mine less blocks. So this is where you want to go if you're going to solo mine. But like I said, lately it could be a week, 2 weeks before you're going to hit anything, if at all. So we have to get into what's called a pool. And let me explain that to you next. So the trick about mining in a pool with WebDollars is that you'll be able to go to the same WebDollar IO site. Let's take a quick look at this here. And it's immediately in the solo mining. But you'll be able to go down to where the pool section is, and you'll be able to create a mining pool and set your pool fee, and then you'll be able to send a URL link to somebody. When they click on that link, it'll connect them to your machine, and you now can start combining your pool together, your hash rate together. Now keep in mind, if you are successful and you win a block, you don't get 6,000 WebDollars anymore. You're going to get a share of the 6,000. So if you have 3 people, each equally from providing the same hash rate, that 6,000 is going to be split, and you're going to get 2,000 each. You're not going to get all 6,000 because you're sharing it. You're not going to get the 6,000. So this is important to understand, that the time of getting 6,000 blocks, 6,000 WebDollars for a block is going to be over. You're going to be getting a share. Now, if you want to try to leave your machine on and running in solo mode, yeah, then you're going to get 6,000 blocks when you get a hit. So it's important that you understand that part first. And it's also important to understand that you may have multiple people mining, but there could be other pools also mining with multiple people. So if your total hash rate of your pool is only 5% of the entire hash rate, you're going to successfully win only 5% of the time. And then when you do win, you're going to share it amongst everybody. So a machine running about, I've been doing some tests on the experimental pool as the developers have been building it. And if you have a machine that's running 1,500 to 1,800, you'll make 100 WebDollars a day. As of right now, that's going to change the more people that get involved, and the hash rate goes up even higher. So you want to be looking for this. All you got to do is go to WebDollar IO, and you can read through the information. The mining pools should be soon. I'm thinking within 2 weeks at the latest is my best guess. But I'm not on the development team. I don't know what problems that they're having. I can only tell you that they have mentioned on Telegram that they're close. They've got all the major bugs out of it. They're doing some final checks on it and adding some additional features to make sure it's a clean product before it's released. No sense releasing it until it's ready to go and it's working properly and effectively. And I agree with that completely, 100%. It's important. So let's go, and what I'm going to do is bring up the old chalkboard, and we have this fancy dancy Wacom tablet. Whoop, can't see it. Wacom tablet here. I'm going to use to doodle. Let's get rid of that logo. All right. So normally you would have. Let's clear that off there. Normally you'd have a node or nodes running, and as a miner, and you're running solo, you would connect to it. And if you were successful, you would get yourself an award of 6,000 WebDollars. So each one of these were connected. So if there was only 3 miners connected to the network, you have a 1 in 3 chance. It's sort of like a lottery ticket. One of them are going to find a successful hash and close the block. And if there's only 3 miners, you have a 30% chance that you're going to win every 40 seconds. So what's the trick? The trick is, as more miners come on here, your chances become less and less that you're going to successfully hit the block. And when this gets to a point where there's so many miners, and there's thousands and thousands of these things all over the place, your odds are going to go down to a point where you could be 1 in 40,000. And so the odds of you hitting it on a daily basis, never mind hourly, diminished. Like I said, I've seen reports of people taking weeks and still not getting any hits on it. And it's the luck of a draw. You could be running a month, 2 months, and never get anything. You could get hit, every day. But the fact of the matter is that your odds are so significantly reduced. So how is this solved? Well, I'm gonna tell you. What's gonna happen is, let's clear this off. And got a special trick up my sleeve here. What we're gonna do is put our node back in the middle. And what happens is the developers are working on the pool. So you, which could be your machine, so that might be me, Dino, and I'm going to be connecting into the environment. Now I'm going to create a link from the website, and I'll be able to give that link to others. And what will happen is when they click on it, the miner will be able to connect to my machine, and we'll be able to combine forces. Now, as this is going on, there's going to be a pool in Romania with miners attached. Okay. And we're going to write these up here. Put a couple of miners in here. All right, and these are all attached to the pool. So what has happened, if you take a look at this, is that we've brought down the amount of machines connected to the node again, back down to 3. Even though I have 9 miners, only 3 of them are actually participating. So with those 3, we're back to a 30% chance of actually let's erase that. We're back to a 33% chance of scoring the 6,000 WebDollars. Now, one of these pools hits it, and I get my 6,000 WebDollars. Well, that doesn't mean every miner gets 6,000. I don't give 6,000 here, 6,000 here, and 6,000 here. It's just not the way it works. The pool gets the 6,000, and then the miners split that based on how strong their hash rate was. So for sense of making it simple, let's say they had 2 kilohash on each machine. They're going to split this $6,000 evenly. Now, there's a little trim that comes off the top. You know, the web hosting pool operators got to get paid. But the fact of the matter is that you might lose a percent to the pool fee, or maybe somebody might have 2% for a pool fee. There may be other fees or rewards that are going on. But the fact of the matter, whatever's left, so let's say there's now 5,990, all right, just for sake of argument. That then gets split between those miners attached to that pool. So I noticed when I've been testing against the experimental pool, if I had that 2,000 hash, I seem to be getting about 100 WebDollars a day. So this is where you would want to expect your income or your results for a daily activity mining with your CPU against the node, against the pool, which is against the node. Hope this kind of makes sense and you have a better understanding. Now keep in mind, just because you have 2 kilohash doesn't mean you're going to be getting 6,000 anymore when you get that hit. That's the first thing that you got to remember. And you have to remember it's getting split. And you have to remember, as more and more pools get added on here, the chances of the pool hitting goes down also. So if I have these 9 and I put 9 on this particular pool, there's, you know, let's say there's 9 here. What I've effectively done is I've given this guy here, there's 6 on this side and there's 9 on this side. So he's got 50% more. So you're like a, I don't know, a 75% chance of this pool hitting more than either one of these 2 pools. Because these 2 pools together is only 6. While this one here has a total of 9. There's actually more than 50% of the mining hash power or the miners against this. Now, that's if they were all equal in hash power. All right. So I could have 9 miners running Celerons and they're only 200 hashes. Well, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8 all the way across. That'd only be 1,800, which is less than one of these. But that's you know, the mathematical details. What you need to know is the more hashing power that's on a pool, the more that pool will be successful and having a better chance of collecting the earnings. So I hope I was able to bring this information to you in a way that you could understand it and make it more valuable to you, and explain how the pools break down and how they're connected and how your earnings will be changed. So let's get rid of the whiteboard here and put our fancy logo back up. So you definitely want to keep that in mind when you're visiting WebDollar and using their website to mine against the blockchain. It's fun. It's a lot of excitement to earn a few coins here and there. And I know there's a lot of plans regarding future builds against this coin. And you can learn about those on the website. I know that they're updating the white paper and roadmap since it's about a month and a half old and things have changed dramatically. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be important so that you can get all the newest details. So let's see if we can bring this up here again. We'll bring web browser back up and we'll go back to that WebDollar.io. All right, now at the end of the video, or so I say at the description below, I'm going to also put a link. We're collecting names to create a WebDollar USA pool. There are other pools that are out there that are collecting names. Feel free to access those also to put your name on it. But if you click that link, it'll take you to a page where you can put in your email address so that when the pools do go live, we'll be able to send you an email. And then if you choose to join the WebDollar USA, because you can go in and out of a pool by just clicking the URL. So, look forward to that. So, but if you want to get an email alert when the pools are activated and we have ours online, you'll be able to join our WebDollar USA pool and hopefully earn some web dollars. So, what I want you to do from this point, take a quick look. Let's get rid of that logo. Take a quick look at the site and understand it, and give me some feedback. If you have other questions on how this works, put them in the comments below. I respond to like 98% of all the emails in some fashion, way, or form. And this way I can try to help answer that. And if you have a particular topic about WebDollar that you need more information on, just ask in the comments below. And I'll try to take a look at that. And if it warrants another video, I'll generate that for you. So I hope this has all been useful. Please make sure to spank that like button, put that comment down below, and definitely subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, you're not going to get all the information about WebDollar. There's not too many people covering it, and you won't know when the newest information comes out. So definitely subscribe for that. I want to thank you, and I will see you next time.